In Jordan Center, an amazing find is shaking the world. Dug up by diggers, the mysterious joy symbol could change everything we understand. Covered in detailed pictures and secret messages, it brings up old stories about the end of the world. Smart people are rushing to figure out what it means, and the effects are spreading through religions, causing excitement and arguments. Can this special discovery reveal the secrets of what will happen to us? In the middle of Jordan, a place with lots of old stories, a really cool find has been uncovered, and it's blowing the minds of archaeologists and smart folks. In the old stuff, they found a strange writing that looks a lot like things from really old texts talking about the end of the world. They're calling this awesome find the happy symbol, and it's making experts argue a lot about what it might mean. Between Jordan and Israel is a super cool place called the Dead Sea. It's special because it's the lowest point on Earth, more than 400 meters below the sea. This sea is famous for being really salty, like 10 times saltier than regular ocean water. Because of all that salt, not many sea creatures can live there. But the water has lots of good minerals like magnesium and calcium, which some people think can make you feel better. People love going to the Dead Sea because the salt makes them float super easily. Besides being a cool natural spot, the Dead Sea is a big deal in religions like Judaism and Christianity, making it an important and sacred place for folks all over the world. In Judaism, they call the Dead Sea the Salty Sea, or Sea of the Arabah, and it's got deep ties to Jewish history. The Hebrew Bible says the Dead Sea was where God wrecked the bad cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. It's also where the Israelites, led by Joshua, crossed the Jordan River to get to their special land. And finding old scrolls in caves nearby gave us a peek into how Jewish folks did things a long time ago. For Christians, the Dead Sea is tied to Jesus. The New Testament says Jesus got baptized in the Jordan River near the Dead Sea and hung out in the desert nearby, dealing with temptations. The area is also linked to those old cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. The Dead Sea is extra important with its religious spots and monasteries around it. The St. George Monastery in Wadi Kelt, an old monastery on cliffs overlooking the Jordan Valley, and the Qumran Caves, where they found the Dead Sea Scrolls, are important places for both Jewish and Christian travelers. Lately, people are talking a lot about the Dead Sea because they found a pool next to it that turned red like blood. This has made people think about stories from the Bible, like the plagues in Egypt, where water turned into blood. In the book of Revelation, there's also a part about water turning into blood as a sign of God's judgment. Some folks think the red pool might have something to do with the old cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. Even though scientists are looking into it and checking for things like specific bacteria and red algae in really salty water, they haven't figured out exactly why it turned red. The color change is only in that one pool, making it a mystery that researchers are still trying to understand. The find of the happy symbol has got a lot of smart people excited and curious. Experts from different areas like digging up old stuff, studying religion, and understanding languages are working together to figure out what the strange writing means. Because it looks like stuff about big disasters and the return of a special person, it's making the investigation even more important. The happy symbol isn't just interesting for people who like old things. It's making religious folks, scholars, and believers all over the world argue a lot. Some think it proves what they believed for a long time, like the end of the world coming soon. Others are being careful and saying we need to look into it more before deciding anything. Figuring out the meaning of the rapture sign is a big job that involves many smart people from different fields working together. Language experts look at the writing and words used to find hints about what it means. History experts study the time and culture when the writing was made, trying to find connections to old religious beliefs. Religious experts use their knowledge of holy books to see if the rapture sign is like any prophecies in ancient writings. By looking at the symbols in the rapture sign, researchers find similarities to stories about big disasters, things happening in the sky, and the arrival of a special leader. This makes some people think the rapture sign could be a big warning about the end of the world and the start of something new. But understanding the message in the rapture sign is really hard, and it's important to be careful not to guess wrong or make big claims. Scholars know they have to look at every part of the writing very closely. Many ideas and guesses are being talked about and argued over, and as they find new information, they might change their thoughts. The possible links between the rapture sign and stories about the end of the world are very interesting. If the fancy symbols and writing can be understood, they might show us what people in ancient times believed about the end of the world. This could challenge what we thought before, teach us more about what happened in history, and give us new ideas about how people connect with the divine. For people who follow the Judeo-Christian tradition, the rapture sign in Jordan is seen as a strong confirmation of what they deeply believe. It feels like something big and special is about to happen, showing that the end of the world predictions might come true soon. Finding the rapture sign makes believers think more about getting ready and staying alert, wondering if Jesus might come back and make final decisions about everyone. The connection between the rapture sign and stories in the Bible gets believers really excited. It makes them rethink their personal faith and how they understand what the Bible says. People in religious groups start digging deeper into the Bible, trying to learn more and make sure they're in line with what's happening. The discovery of the rapture sign sparks more interest in studying things like the end of the world, what the Bible teaches, and events predicted in religious stories. Smart people, religious experts, and believers get more into old texts, having lively talks and arguments about what this amazing find might mean. Some experts think the rapture sign could be a sign showing that really important events linked to the end of the world are coming soon. It's like a mysterious and amazing symbol that captures the attention and imagination of people studying it. The detailed symbols and writing seem to be on purpose, maybe carrying a deep message about the end of history. One interesting idea is that the rapture sign could be a final reminder for believers to get ready for the rapture, a special event talked about in different religious stories. According to this idea, the rapture is when faithful people are taken to heaven, escaping the hard times and judgments that will happen in the world at the end. Finding the rapture sign makes studying the end of the world more urgent, making believers think about how ready and committed they are spiritually. The finding of the rapture sign in Jordan is not only interesting to smart people, but also means a lot to people who believe in God. It's like a message telling them to get more serious about their faith, ask God for help, and be ready for important things that might happen. But like with anything new and important, some people don't believe it's real. They think it might be a trick or a mistake. People who doubt it say there have been many times in history when predictions about the future didn't come true, so we should be careful about believing in this one. Doubters also say that figuring out what symbols and writing mean can be different for everyone, leading to different ideas about what the rapture sign is all about. They warn against making quick decisions or saying the rapture sign is super important without checking everything very carefully. As people all around the world think about what the rapture sign in Jordan might mean, one thing is sure: it's going to be a big deal for a long time. Some folks think it proves what they already believed, while others see it as a reason to learn more. The discovery of the rapture sign is making people everywhere talk about faith, predictions, and what's going to happen to everyone in the end.